leaders who have never seen their team over the line and get them to front. And they silenced a very lively Italy, in Gattuso's words, played Donnarumma, was the hero when Italy won the penalties that he faced in Boston. Sporting director of the national team, a legend or not.
Yeah, huge thanks to James Horncastle for that. Champions have missed out on 3 World Cups.
Honestly, at this level of international football, the stakes are so high. I had to have known that last night, Italy felt the game
it's brutal. Partly as routinely, you don't see other players at least if they are, is quite intense in football if they're not able to compete. That's Everton done very well. I think so. They're amazing for hard and sacrificing the caliber of players he is. And I think that really. And when I'm watching them against Arsenal, they're going to sit here and battle the penalties. They're crashing them off the bar.
That playoff round that looked very good.
Their social media or something like that in. That is very proud.
His coaching career with Sweden.
And via that playoff spot, you now come up with, look, hang on, looking at, we asked about it, and then a week after the situation with the Swedish national team, and then I find Swedish football the evolution of simplification, trying to modernise methods and look for the actual data every time. After 2022,
Congo for, you know,
Kinshasa last night looked absolutely incredible. Yeah, I mean, once this draw was made, my personal opinion is the outcome was get there. I do want to talk about Jamaica, where they didn't have to face the USA or Mexico because they were the host nation. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but that's probably the
somebody get 84 or more, then so it would be like
so that's gonna be the Thompson Gervin last day of the
it would be
season.
like that night, except in every city. The last night, very last night, it's like the first night. It would about the weather, for but the NBA is much more interested in individual. Nothing will make me flip to a game faster than an insane point for the game.
And it's like, if the NBA Cup, things like that, they care about the NBA Cup,
You get the #1 pick. That would actually incentivize the guys who person fair that they're working in the fair. That will never gain probably factor 2 from that. Yeah, it was strange how I should know we were young people who were often almost for the NBA. Like it felt like the conventional wisdom the NBA was bad and no one wanted to watch college and how you like the NBA as a kid and stuff like that. But it's hard. It will make you disprove. Like pro basketball is a young man's game, a young man mentality. Because it is so crazy I'll see a game that I want to see and I'll turn it on. And 3 of the guys aren't playing, and it doesn't do the guys in there.
I like your point about how that shifted with the NBA work, because this been making me mad basically ever since I had a column post-college, so like late 90s on, just complaining about the NBA became like its own content vehicle, but in the 80s, and I'm slightly older than you, but you remember this too, the NBA was like this cool alternative, they were like Dinosaur Jr., where it was like, you found people who were like my ESPN column, 02, 03, 04, I would joke about how it was one of the last 20
What other kids is the NBA not going to
well, wait, think about that though, because we talked about the name. When they changed the 3-point line,
I like what Antino did. It was not the best option.
Steve Martin, it's like, oh, well, the NBA is another.
He's just gone.
Well, that's crazy about this year. You have these 4 guys who are having like.
I think if you're taking a team away that won the title, you have to really have a good reason. So KC Group, pretending he didn't know they were gonna.
I really like having a team in Oklahoma City, though.
Pockets of the country that don't have an NBA team even near them. And then I think that the league looks at this thinking, well, look how much money we made from the media deal. To me, that's a 50-50 thing, and they're only caring about the business side of the 50.
To a regional draft. So like if you
It's in BYU, you'd have owners taking high school kids and moving them into their league.
that geographically touches the border,
Right.
where his whole, where his whole life is in one spot.
I still thought the did almost bachelor style to the player. I still feel like that idea could work.
Or what if it was like the draft was over many days? So like the
Oh, it's
first
a 30-day draft?
Well, like, yeah, like, so the first pick happens on the first day, let's say it's
Yeah.
the Wizards or whatever, and they pick whoever, with every other team, with salary going down, it's dangerous, but it's like,
That money thing, that's another benefits, I think, for the last 15 years. But the worst benefit has been who was under contract for 3 years. And that's like, exactly the kind of guy, because he thinks that's the best thing for him. So he has every right to do that. Fox,
an apex for it.
yeah.
That's because all of the good players do something in a couple of years anyways. Like, they'll just ratchet up.
When I remember watching Kevin Moore with the state, I was like, there's no way
It doesn't matter how good the athlete is, right? And learning that, getting better, ready for it, you couldn't unlock it. But I just want
the quarterback coach, you know, because one of these one of these people, it is, yes.
now he's the polarizing guy, like some people can be like, oh, when
There are probably, a lot of quarterbacks who couldn't succeed in certain scenarios, and almost none who could succeed in other scenarios. I mean, you know, now someone like Ryan Leaford,
they hired a coach that is an
look at him when he was at Cal compared to Indiana. He was not the quarterback that he was.
I might be the fifth pick in the NBA draft. Sometimes I'd be wondering, taking these kids who are 19 and 20 and assuming from the 23 that they're the people.
So what you are 18 actually isn't that far.
He had a chance to be like, I don't know if they did career. So, I don't know. This is the tough thing to draft. Because I was like basically a late bloomer professionally. When I was probably coming out of college, I probably would have been a first round pick because I had my sports column for all four teams. I can't even imagine how many people are like, God damn.
If I had graduated in 93,
It's a long way, and bends a long way. And I think what you said before the it's like a horse or
you can't say it's like he's too fragile to ever use. Like at some point,
he's not fragile though. He's been pretty durable. Yeah, but
when exercises or whatever, that was a big fear of guys that I
gotta be ready. He's like learning how to fall, he trains his legs, all the exercises he does, learning how to speak English. Right? His English is the best, I think, of any foreign guy that's come in the league who's been a star, because he was practicing it forever, knowing that it's calculated.
yeah,
It
no,
was really smart.
like in the success at this one singular deal.
Right.
Like everything about whatever the case may be, or choice he's making.
Right.
Like, these are young.
By the time he's 14, 15, and he's ready to call. Somebody who's just been stared at differently, every moment is just completely changing every strategy they have.
I mean, I guess, yeah, I still don't know, like, for seasons, the 90s, you know, I would really be interested to see, like, what his bank will.
But he's usually like 7 inches taller, and the guy can't rebound on the turnaround.
Just like, well, I don't know, I would just.
You can feel it in the games, people going, oh,
The face the league thing, that just seems to be like, what they thought, they even properly, like you say, properly describe what that means. Music does have its own version of that, which is,
what other artists, whatever people you want to put in, like somebody who realizes.
I don't think we need to do it. I don't think it's necessary.
We might be going there.
Well, that's gonna happen eventually. Somehow that.
But what's the good thing about it? What's the good thing about having, like, the Reds only got 88% of the calls right? So one of every.
Part of it, I would say, that is just part of it. That these games are played by people.
It's funny because I feel like I'm arguing against you, but I like 90.
An argument that even it feels weird to make, even though it's what I believe, sort of. It's sort of that. So this is too complicated to just handle with us. Care a lot. They are exhibitions. These are social constructs. Do we really need to use? It seems dumb to me. It's just 60s and 70s and 80s seems to just not go away. I think that things that we do, that distant, precise understanding of who actually won this or who actually lost. So I mean that's a kind of a
you're not the only one who feels this way.
It would have been better if we could have used instant replay in that scenario.
Yeah, because Houston could have beaten.
We would not be talking about Mike Renfro this many years later if they'd have been like, we checked it, it was a touchdown, even if Houston, that's what sports is.
I know, and in the NBA, you're really feeling it because
And you know,
it's okay if we called the block.
and be like, okay, now let's go do our taxes for 10 minutes, and then we'll come. And they still sometimes get things wrong, and then they seem doubly uncomfortable.
It's like technology are already predisposed to hate ABS, stuff like that. But
Enough to trigger it, because so many of those guys are wrong.
Right.
I mean, those guys should like more, who as a player, I hate. And sadly, Joker's starting to become a little that way too. He used to never complain. I never believe it, you know?
so you're because you tapped in. I don't know if you followed that at all, but OpenAI spends all this stuff on Sora.